I'll be covering two special artifacts, one a painting, one a poem, both capturing the meaning and significance of the Harlem Renaissance. These pieces in particular focus on the beauty of this new beginning and of the cultural evolution that has been suffocated for far too long. The first artifact I selected was a painting by Jacob Lawrence, a well-known artist of his time because of his paintings based on the 1920s. Lawrence was born on September 7th, 1917. A few years later, he was introduced to the arts while living in Harlem with his mother. From art clubs to art workshops to working with other artists and visiting art museums, he began to build his passion for art and the skill of executing his visions. A lot of his work was made into series or collections of paintings for one specific idea. One of these collections, per se, was called the Migration Series. This is the third painting from the Migration Series, the third panel from 60 total panels. There was a lot of options, but I found panel 3 rather interesting. In the piece, we see a group of blacks traveling towards Harlem and far away from the South, with a sense of urgency if you look at their legs and body position. The background is simple, but it has a complex meaning. If you look closely, they're on a mountain, literally and figuratively. They're going to overcome many more, but they're on top of this challenge or mountain at the moment. The crows above them are flying towards Harlem as well. I originally thought crows meant death, but after I looked into it a little more, I found that crows actually symbolize change and transformation, which made a lot of sense why he put them there. If you look at the group, no two are the same. Each person has their own clothing, luggage, hairstyle, position they're in. They're all different, but special in their own way. Everyone represents the different flair they bring to the table in defining their culture, and the blacks as a whole bringing something different to what they've always been known as. Lastly, it's important to notice the time of day. It's daytime, it's blue outside, the sun is up. Change is beginning to happen, which connects perfectly to my second artifact, Rest in Peace by Claude McKay. McKay used his love for British literature, Jamaican origins, and black stories to create the poems and novels he's so well known for. After publishing some of his work and going through college, he later moved to Harlem. There, he continued his work and his passion for using poetry to convey his thoughts, stories, and feelings. Before I read, I wanted to define 3 words I found rather tricky: unabating, prejudice, and menial. Unabating means not weakening or losing intensity. Prejudice means a preconceived opinion that is not based on reason or actual experience. And menial is not requiring much skill or lacking prestige. Rest in Peace by Claude McKay. No more for you, the city's thorny ways, the ugly corners of the Negro Belt, the miseries and pains of these harsh days, by you will never, never again be felt. No more, if you still wander, will you meet with nights of unabating bitterness. They cannot reach you in your safe retreat. The city's hate, the city's prejudice. 'Twas sudden, but your menial task is done. The dawn now breaks on you. The dark is over. The sea is crossed. The longed-for port is won. Farewell, oh, fare you well, my friend and lover. In the poem Rest in Peace, the night has changed and transformed into a new dawn, a new day. Everything about them is finally being brought out of the darkness. The shadow is no longer being cast over their culture and creativity. The old life of the blacks is gone, or resting in peace, if you will. A new life has begun, and that's exactly what the Harlem Renaissance is. A decade of art, culture, and people that has been kept in the dark all that time, that leads to a bright day revealing all they can do, and all the stories and feelings they have held in for all that time. The hate and darkness of their past is done. It's their time now. To wrap it up, Panel 3, or The Migration of a Negro from Jacob Lawrence's Migration series, and Claude McKay's Rest in Peace poem both convey the end of one story and the start of another. With the dawn of this new day, or decade of culture, the Crows lead more and more blacks towards change in their lives and a transformation of their culture, all because of a magnitude of unique and wonderful people, just like the two here. The end.